What's up, you guys? We are doing a reading for the full moon of May 1st, 2026. Now, I say all the words in that statement because we have a second full moon in May. And we'll get into more about the second full moon when that time comes. When we have two moons in 1 month, that second one becomes the blue moon. But for now, we are focused on the flower moon, which happens on May 1st in the sign of Scorpio. And what does that mean? That means as the moon is moving through the sky, it is encountering different sets of stars. And it's constantly moving. The moon be on the motherfucking move, okay? Which is why we go through so many moon cycles. But this particular moon on May 1st is going to be stationed where the stars that make up the constellation Scorpio are going to be. And so Scorpio energy, it's very layered. Scorpios are one of the water signs, and I want to be mindful of, which is hence the pauses, because I don't want to categorize all people with this sun sign, right? But the idea behind the scorpionic energy is that it protects itself with this hardened exterior shell, but it's very soft and mushy on the inside. It also is very aware, meaning that it could be a little defensive in how it shows up. And because of that, can be a little bit reactive. And so you're being asked for this full moon to please not be reactive, work in a very balanced way with your emotions. There may be emotions that come up that are extremely deep rooted within you that you might not have been able to realize up until this point. And so if you've been trying to, if you're a person who's been working on yourself actively, then you're always trying to be a better you, right? And if there are any aspects of yourself that you have questions about where those things came from, or those behaviors came from, or those limitations or blockages have come from, this energy of this full moon can kind of reveal those things to you. All right, if you listen to the reading for the month of May, then we talked a little bit in that reading about major and minor arcana. That reading was ruled by a lot of major arcana. We're talking ultimate life shifts and changes. This particular reading with this full moon on the forefront doesn't hold as much weight, which is kind of nice and refreshing. So we're dealing with like day-to-day aspects. Day-to-day aspects of your reality that will be shifted by this particular full moon cycle that will lead to major changes happening in your life. I feel like I said a lot, and I also feel very out of breath. And as you guys know, who've been with me for a while, the energy that comes through from me in the readings is very indicative of the energy that I'm picking up. And so with us doing a full moon reading, full moons are very fiery and passionate, right? A lot of emotions and energy gets drummed up at this time. And we're also in Taurus season still, so that gives us that balance to kind of keep ourselves grounded. The first card in this layout for you guys is a card about moving quickly. It is the Knight of Swords. Sometimes the Knight of Swords can be the energy of caution. Like you could be moving too fast and you need to slow down so that you don't hurt yourself. But that's not necessarily the energy that I see coming up here. What I see is you picking up momentum. So if you've been like feeling stuck or stagnant and trying to move something forward, you're going to have the energy and the clarity and the momentum to actually go. Swords, it deals with clarity and communication. The Knights are very action oriented. This person is literally running to a motorcycle. So not only is it like this person went from whatever they were doing to the motion of running, they're running to something that's going to take them even faster. And they also have a bird above that is kind of guiding them on how to go and where to move. It's important to also point out that this person has a bow and arrow on their back, meaning whatever it is that they're going after, they have the skill set required to actually get it done. I can also see the watch on this person's card, which means that it's going to happen in a very quick time. This person is wearing red shoes. So we're looking at action, fire, grounded energy. That's that Taurian energy. That's our root chakra. Those are the things that make us feel safe and protected. So these could be stabilizers coming in to help you stabilize the different areas of your life that are part of this new timeline. And then you got the dust coming up off old buddy's shoes, like smoke. Like these motherfuckers are smoking hot. So shit is about to pick the fuck up. Thank you to this full moon. It might not fully feel like it's kicked in until the full moon has energy has started to close out, which can last a couple of weeks. So give it some time after May 1st to kind of see all these things take shape in your material world, okay? Now, when I look to see more about what is coming in with this energy from the Knight of Swords, I got into some of the backstory. And the backstory left me a little confused, so I needed more backstory. And this is ultimately what I got. I don't know why this feels love focused. If it is not a romantic love dynamic that I am talking about for you specifically, you're going to know who these other people are in your life. If it doesn't resonate with you at all, then I could just not be picking up on your messages in this particular reading. And that is okay too. I highly recommend going and listening to the May full moon reading. I also try to separate the monthly overviews and then the love readings into different types of readings, but I also have to read what is before me. And so it looks very love focused. And I say that because I'll just get into what I'm saying. Let me just go. And with that, again, if it's not love and it's something else for you, you're also going to know. So what is this Knight of Swords? What is the moving quickly? Now, somewhere in the background, and I would like to think that it is either you or another party involved, right? But I think it might be you. You've been blinded to things that you've been doing that have not necessarily been the healthiest things for you. And it looks like who you choose and how you choose and people you partner with and so on and so forth. And so judgment is being called in the background on some choices that were made, 7s and 1s on the clock in the past. If you ever hear me calling out numbers, those numbers correlate to either something I was saying, something you were thinking or doing, or something taking place in your environment. And you should look them up on Joanne's Sacred Scribe. I'm not affiliated with that lady, but I will say her website has been accurate for me since 2010. So I'll always recommend going there. All right, what was I saying? Okay, so whatever that is that you've been blinded to, you've mastered. And so this could be anything, or people around you, you surrounding yourself with people. So this could be your habits, maybe your relationship with money, right? This could be an actual romantic relationship that you were in. It could be anything. So place it where it fits to limit confusion. Again, I'm going to try to place this on love. Let's say you were in a relationship with somebody and you turned a blind eye to all the toxicity that was going on because it was better for you, and whatever that means. Maybe you turned a blind eye to it because you liked all the other things you were getting. Maybe you turned a blind eye to it because you wanted a blind eye turned to your shit. Maybe it was things that were indicators, but you didn't feel called to actually investigate further because you might have been afraid of what it is that you were going to find, right? Maybe it is the fact of whoever this other person is could be very honest with you and upfront, but you choose to process it in a different way. I don't know what that means, but whoever that part of the message is for is going to actually get it. The universe is like, no more of whatever that was. This happened in the past too, by the way. Whatever I'm talking about has stuff that has already happened, which is leading to the things that are coming up in the reading, 8s and 5s on the clock. The universe said, no, you can act blind all you want to. We're shutting this shit down. So something happened where judgment was called and the universe stepped in. Now, when the universe stepped in, it made other people in the background have to actually check themselves and start to see themselves from a different perspective. So if this is a romantic relationship and you and that person separated from each other, they're feeling the effects of whatever that is, and they want to come in and communicate how they've learned and they see things differently now. They also want to come in and give you passionate starts and stable ones, 9s and 3s on the clock. You could even have still been with this person, right? And you just ignoring whatever you've been ignoring. And finally, that person is coming in like, hey, you know what? I've realized X, Y, and Z, and this is how I want to step up, and this is how I want to improve things. Again, it could be anybody in your life, but it's giving a relationship. It looks like a relationship that you really wanted to have, and I say that because hidden behind all of this as well is the Two of Cups, which is a romantic soulmate love type of card, with the Knight of Cups, which is a person that's coming in to offer some sort of apology that is more stable than just a I'm sorry. Like, this person wants to come in and charm you. 1, 2, 3 on the clock. And based off the other cards, this person actually means it. So knights always are in and out. They're not consistent people. That's just how they are represented in the tarot deck. Kings are way more stable. So this knight energy has grown into a king energy and has something that they want to communicate. What they want to communicate is something that has to do with them showing up in a more stable energy. So we're talking not being together to being in a relationship. We're talking being in a relationship to actually being married. There's some sort of stability or offer that this person wants to bring. It's tied to love. It's tied to something that you feel balanced about, and it deals with the ability to build something longer later. They don't like to see you single. And this person is afraid that you could be, taken by anybody at any point. This person sees you as their counterpart. They see you as a very stable person. They feel like you guys match each other on a business boss level where y'all would be like great husband and wife together. They feel like both of y'all are very creative and fun and are go-getters. They also feel like the both of you are very loving and nurturing people. That's what I see so far. It could be more things that they think and feel, but this is what I'm seeing so far. It could also be that you don't know this person and you have closed out your own toxic cycles, patterns, and behaviors, and this is who's coming in for you. Whoever it is that you are about to align with romantically at the beginning of the month of May or throughout the month of May is a person that you are an energetic match to, which is beautiful. Like, you're going to find this is to be very fulfilling. You have the Ace of Cups that came out as well. This is like later on in the storyline. So if you've ever felt like you're unlovable, or people from your past treated you fucked up, or somebody left you out, or whatever it is, you're not going to feel like that after this. And I think that might have been some of what you had to see, 1, 2, 3, 4, about your own toxic choices that you were making. Sometimes when we're not seeing ourselves as our true value and worth, we'll align ourselves with people that we feel like aren't on some level that we aspire to be as well, right? But usually you are picking somebody who's not quite on the level that you are, whether you are a man or a woman. Insecure people tend to do that. How do people become insecure, whether they're aware of it or not? By being around people who have narcissistic behaviors and tendencies that turn other people into people pleasers, right? And so you have worked through all of that stuff. You have cleared your mind of all the radio recordings of people talking shit to you that play over and over again in your head. You've wiped that clear. You have forgiven yourself from all the things that you've done in the past that you feel like weren't perfect. You wiped that clear. You have forgiven yourself for allowing yourself to stay in dynamics that you shouldn't have stayed in. You have forgiven yourself for the transgressions that you've done to other people. So you've done the work on yourself to be able to get to this point, and who you are in today is definitely being noted. People are seeing you in a whole different light, and that is what is aligning this great opportunity for you. It's like you're walking away from anything that could be beneath a standard of moral and ethical righteousness for yourself. So whoever these messages are for are a person who takes their morals and ethics very seriously, okay? Which is really, really good. So yeah, 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles again. Wow, that's crazy. So the reading for the month of May also had the 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. The reading for the full moon comes with the 10 of cups, the 10 of pentacles. It also has 3 ace cards here. The only ace that is missing is the ace of swords. And that is okay because it looks like the knight of swords took that sword. So the knight of swords elevates to the king of swords, and both of them are holding the sword that looks like it would have come from the ace of swords. Communication is coming in for you. And it's something that you've been wishing for. So let's say this. Let's say if you're a person who wanted to be with another person, and for whatever reason, y'all just could not get things off the ground. I'm not talking about a person who was toxic toward you or fucked up that y'all know. This is, I like this person. I wish that things could be great, but they're not there yet. This person is coming back. If this is not a person that you are, or if you're in a relationship with this person already, this person, like you, has gone through extreme transitions and growth as we switch timelines, and you're about to see what that looks like. They're getting more comfortable in that new timeline, and they're about to shift and adjust things. Be patient with this person, whoever this person is, because as y'all see, I can barely get my words out. I'm stumbling and fumbling them at some points. That person is nervous. So be kind to whoever this is. If this is not a person that you know already or have been in a dynamic with already, then this is the person who has been separately on their own journey that is very similar to yours, and you both are finally at a point where y'all are vibrating in a good enough space to connect with each other and actually build something fruitful and beneficial that will be the 10 of cups and 10 of pentacles. 10 of cups is my ideal dream utopian life. 10 of pentacles is the material reality of that dream. So again, month of May. Oh my God. I'm excited. I received this shit for myself, and I hope you receive it for yourself. And with that being said, follow me on Instagram, Oracle Oya, oracleoya.com to book anything. Peace.